it unlucky? I seem to be still. Am I there? I think I'm there. It might be going to work. Might be going to work. I just have to do that extra step and it wasn't asking me to do that. Now let's just find myself in here. I haven't dropped out. Yay. Is that me there? Yep, I think so. Ah, I'll tell you what, enough to drive you nuts. Even when I thought I'd show you my face, because I had to go into work get a flu shot just on lunchtime. So yeah, so I thought I'm dressed appropriately. Hello Marg, how you going? This might be the last time you see my face for a while, because I'm getting a bit woolly with no hairdressers and beauticians open, so I guess we'll all be the same. We'll be all hairy and shaggy, won't we? I always go to the hairdresser every 6 weeks, so yeah, around the temples. And anyway, enough about me. I'm going to do some simple collage stamping with this. I couldn't even find the other set that I was using, but the other set that I'm using is and I'm using the flower and it's a maidenhair type fern out of this one. Oh, you can't see, can you? Positive Thoughts. So it's that one, and well, you still can't see. I need to put this down. Sorry. Hi, Jeanette. See if that's in the right spot. Yeah, I've just been having a play around with a few different stamp sets, and so this one I started off with, I'll show you what I started off with. And I did these two, but I just really just love this stamp set. It doesn't look like much, but you'll see when I've stamped it. And for these first two, I used this leaf out of Very Versailles. And then I remembered the lovely fern, maidenhair fern in Positive Thoughts, and I thought, oh, it's got a flower, so I'm going to try that. And that's another set that I need to get out and use, the Pop of Petals, the one that I used, was it yesterday that I used it? Oh, it was in a different group. Donna Gray and Rose Ward asked me to do a presentation in that group, and I think I can add people who aren't demonstrators, so I might check out that with Donna, and I might add you guys. So I'll just show you the process of how I got to this. I've kind of cased it from Ruth Trice, the Artful Stamper. She did some beautiful cards, and what she did was, I wasn't actually game to start like she did with, and I've played with a few different things, as you can see, so I didn't just stamp it, I just had a bit of a play. And what she did was she made it so that she could do it on this piece, on your piece of A4. I think she had lines marked where the joins were, and then she just simply stamped the fronts of the stamp. She had to make sure your words were going the right way, and she had all hers in all different orientations, but I wasn't that clever. I was just really testing out some colour combinations to see what I liked. So that was Mary Merlot, it was Highland Heather, it was Pool Party, and this was Blushing Bride. Yeah, so that's, and then once I was happy with my combinations, I then transferred it to a card. And sometimes you may well want to do a few different designs. I don't really like making the same cards over and over, but I'll just show you. Just going to show you today what I did last night when I did this final card that I'm not showing you yet. I've got to keep some surprises, don't I? As I've got the fronts, so I did the whole lot together. I did the envelopes and everything, all together. There's a lot of stamping off in this, but then a lot of it's not stamped off, that is. So I'm going to start with the words from Very Versailles. And this, I love this type of stamping. There's no die cutting, there's no embossing, there's just plain and simple stamping. And I love this type of stamping. Just make sure I'm making sure you can see what I'm doing. I think you can. Anyone talking to me? Oh, hi Chrissy, hi Pam, hi Denise. I'm still waiting for your cards, Denise. Saw Denise quite briefly in Woolies. Her and Ross said hi as they walked past, and we're not allowed to talk to one another. Well, we're allowed to talk to one another, we're not allowed to stand around gossiping. And Ross actually found me a huge bottle of hand wash, which I was very grateful for. It was right at the back. He said, I think that's why it's still there, because nobody knows it's there. I'm not going to use that one again, so I'll pop that one over there. And I'm not going to use the grey again. So that was Smoky Slate. And next up, I did the flowers. So as I said, oops, don't tell me I've lost the flower. No, nearly had a panic attack that I lost the flower. Making sure I did my flowers up the right way. So I started with one there. Oops, don't know what that is, but it can get away, whatever it was. And then one off like that, another one up like this. And while I've got this stamp in my hand, I'm going to do the envelope next. I'm going to do the, oh goodness, trying to grab it with one hand, it didn't work. Actually, when I did this really late last night, and when I was putting it together, I nearly switched it around because I had the inside pretty much as good as the outside. And I've forgotten to do what I was going to do. I was going to stamp that and then stamp off. So I'll do that. That's what I meant to do, so that it's not as bright in the envelope. If I had a thought about it, I would have done that. So I can get rid of that. That's the idea of doing the whole lot together. So when you've done with that, you can just clean your stamp off. You'll notice I always use a baby wipe on top of my scrub so that I'm not getting that dirty. So that was Melon Mambo. And I just love this. Oh, hang on. Get that back again because I've got to do and because I was naughty last night and didn't use it, now I can't find it, my mat. So you guys just remember to use your silicone mat when you're using your photopolymer stamps. But I'm going to do a Sharon and not use it. Sharon's one of our ladies that never uses the mat, and she always manages to get, and I've got ink on there, she always manages to get hers to stamp beautifully. It's really just a matter of, depends on what surface you're stamping it onto, but it's really just a matter of making sure you give it a good firm push down. Now, isn't that gorgeous? Just love that. Now I'll show you what I wanted to show you before. With this, come here. I put the insides in so that I wouldn't get them mixed up because they're just a bit of a different size. So stamp on. Just make sure you don't do what I did. If I hold that down, it's better. Go nearly all on there. And then push that out the way. Do the same on my envelope. And if I huff on it, it'll hopefully, oops, it's really stuck, have enough ink to make a bit of an impression on the envelope. The same again. I probably wouldn't do this if I wanted to stamp the whole rows, because it would probably make a line on the second stamping, if that makes sense, because when you stamp over an edge and then you go to stamp again, you'll have a line in the middle. Does that make sense? Just thinking, I hope I haven't got any COVID germs when I'm doing that. Well, I know I haven't, but... And last night when I was finished with this entirely, this stamp here, I cleaned it. You might have noticed when I started, it was pretty clean. Now it's pretty pink. So I will do that with the little, you know, the little cleaning pad that we have. Now you'll be as excited, well, I hope you'll be as excited as I am about how this is Seaside Spray, how the Seaside Spray stamps. I just love it. And stamping this way is really forgiving, as you'll probably see if I make any mistakes, which I'm inclined to. Now see how beautiful that is. I think these are, I'm not quite sure what they are. I think they might be little roses. Anyone up with their flowers know what these are? Anyway, whatever they are just gorgeous. I'm going to do the real side, the outsides first, then we'll go to do the inside so I don't get messed up. Is anyone commenting? Oh, yeah, I thought that's what you may have been doing, Denise, because you've got all your little kitties you won't be able to see for Easter. I thought you might have been doing some little gifts, because I know that's what sort of person that you are. I'm sure the kids will love what you've done. Now, huff on there. Did I see Cheryl O'Brien there too? Yes, I did. Hello. I see you've been doing a little bit of stamping too. More than usual. See, it doesn't... This is one of Cheryl's favourite stamps too. Am I right, Cheryl? It doesn't stamp quite as dark on the... Where am I? What have I done with my front? Oh, I've done the front already. On the second go, but it doesn't really matter for the envelope. It doesn't need to be dark. Just needs to be soft. And all this huffing is not good for my coughing. Yeah, I'm hoping I don't have a relapse after getting a flu vax, but I always have it, so even more important that we have it this year. With this COVID around, yeah, I haven't left enough room really. I might go up there. So it won't matter if you write over it a bit. Well, that one can come down there. And then I finish with the blue. Anyone talking to me? Oh, I think you've all gone, have you? No. Still there, that's okay. Now, what's next? Oh, that beautiful little beautiful little, what would you call that? Little, and I'll ask you guys, what would you call it? This little spray, kind of like a, it's kind of like just a fillerina flower, I think. Oh, did I stab off? No, I don't think I did. Which we will use it here as a little bit of a fillerina. No, that goes with that. I'll do the outsides first, otherwise I'm going to be all mixed up. That one there. That one going there. Excuse me. That one there. A nice soft one there. Not to know where to. I'll put that one on the edge as well, otherwise it'll only have a, see what I mean? It only stamped half, so we might have two on there. It's alright. No, the two might be enough on there. That's only the inside, so it's not going to matter. Make sure I've inked up properly. Conscious of not doing too much. Now I've forgotten to stamp off with that one. Don't have to stamp off, I guess, but I nearly didn't. Sticking to that. I think I've done them all. Yep. Put that away as well. As you can see how quick that is. I'm not quite sure what time I started because I was having all those technical issues again. You've got to, it's just another step you've got to do, and it wasn't giving me the option to do it, which was very annoying. Anyway, we're all good now. I'll just have to get used to doing that extra step, won't I? This leaf, yeah, this leaf is from the same set as well. And I wasn't quite sure where to put it. I don't really want to stamp over the beautiful flowers too much. Not that it matters if you do, but I just didn't want to ruin the effect. Might have one there. Now, these ones, got to do one in an envelope, don't I? Well, I don't really have to do all of these in here. It doesn't really show up all that much. But just a bit. It's done. Is everyone doing lots of stamping? You been doing as much as your sister, Jeanette? See, Dawn's on fire. She's done heaps. It sounds like Denise has too, except she hasn't shown us her beautiful work. She's a bit shy. Now, instead of, as I said before, instead of the very Versailles one, I thought I'd use it. And this is, I haven't been telling you what colours. Seaside Spray, oh yes I have. Highland Heather, and lastly, but not least, Pretty Peacock. But this one I stamped off, I think 3 times. Did I? No, twice. Twice will do. Always inspect your stamp like I'm doing, because sometimes it doesn't, I want the outsides, I don't want the insides done with this. Sometimes it doesn't ink up properly. Again, a bit of a huff. And it's just quite subtle, that last one. Just, it doesn't really matter where you put it, just as long as it's on there. So we're done with that one too. And then there's just the sentiment, which that came from, have I got it here? Could be hiding where the other one was, and I don't know where I don't know where I've put them. They'll be here somewhere. It was the one, it's in the annual catalogue. Goes with that nice sort of like textiles paper. Anyone know the name of it for me? Wishing you a day of love and joy. Now, that could be for anything. Or you could make it a sympathy card, but I thought, I had an idea, I don't know how this idea will go, but I had an idea, maybe I would take some cards into North Haven for the oldies that that can't see their families for Mother's Day, or just for Easter, or it's a bit late for Easter now. So what I was thinking was for Mother's Day really, and this would be a really pretty one for Mother's Day. And then I used this beautiful ribbon. A lot of people don't like this ribbon. I don't understand them. I don't know what's wrong with them, that they don't like this ribbon. It is just gorgeous. I don't like to cover up. When you've done all that beautiful collage stamping, why would you cover it up with ribbon going across it, or a sentiment going across it? That's just crazy. Some say it's a bit difficult to tie. Sometimes it can be a little bit difficult to tie. So you want to go the opposite way. But look, if it twists around, I think it did on one of them, it doesn't really matter, because no one's gonna judge. No judging here. Gosh, did I get it first go? What you don't want to do is pull this ribbon tight if you've messed it up, if you haven't got it quite right. This one, I think it looks nice over the flowers, because the knots, the little, they're not knots, they're little, yeah, you have to fuss with it a little bit. Fuss and fiddle, that's okay. Cut the tails off, that one's going the wrong way. It's probably a bit big too, isn't it? Yeah, it needs to be a bit smaller. Anyone talking to me? There we go. Oh, hi Jan. No, I know you're not a big fan of this ribbon. I don't know why. I don't know what's wrong with you, love. That's who said that. I think it was Rachel Tessman said that, and I love that saying. She was asking if people had, what were they, some sort of embellishment, and she said, well, if you haven't got them, well, I don't know what's wrong with you. So we say that in class, don't we, girls? Well, if you haven't got that, well, I don't know what's wrong with you. So if you haven't got this stamp set, well, I don't know what's wrong with you. Really? Why would you not have it? Have you seen, did you just love the way that little rose and the little rose and the big rose, the whole lot of it, just all stamps just so beautifully, doesn't it? Aren't you all just amazed? I don't think Rhonda's got this either. So I don't know what's wrong with that girl. I really don't. Now what we need is some bling. Can't have a card without bling, can we? I'll use up these ones off here. Oh, just two last ones. Good-o. And I'm just going to copy, I think, where I put the ones on there. Why I wanted to do the ribbon first was so I could see where I want to put these. So I don't want them hidden by the ribbon. So that one's done. I'm glad to get rid of that. It's been hanging around for a while. I don't tend to use the big ones as much as I use the little ones. Always pop these in kind of like a triangle. I don't know if that's a triangle, but it looks fine to me. So if I go there, as you can see, there's no rhyme or reason for my, just as long as you've got it in a bit of a triangle. Maybe there. You don't have to have a million. Just that many will do. Oh, no, I'll get these all together first. Just going to put the Week of Stella on, but I'll do that last. See how this goes. I've been using the liquid glue to put these on. And I did use the snail before, worked okay. And the beauty of this ribbon is you can put the snail on it and it goes right through, so it's going to stick. I think that's straight. Yep, good-o. Make sure I put the matching one inside. That's what you've got to do when you're making multiples. Just make sure, if you're using different stamp sets, that you've got the appropriate centre for the appropriate card. And now that one's to go with that one. That must be a spare bit. This one go on here. I should have checked to make sure. I usually check and make sure I've got the right size before I go doing this, but it's usually pretty much, I've got it marked on my trimmer. And I might just show you guys, I think most of you probably know, but there's a couple that don't, how to get your sizes. I'll just show you what I do. I'll grab my trimmer in a minute and show you what I've got marked on there. So that's that one, that's that one. I'll put it up your way so you can see. I'll get rid of that messy paper. We'll add our final touch of Week of Stella. Now I filled all these up, so we should have lots. I don't want to make a flood though. I probably could have put that, now that I'm finished, I probably could have put that. Is that better? Yeah, should have, probably might have been stamping out of the camera a bit. No, that's needs to go towards me. Give it a good shake. As I mentioned, I don't know which, turn that around the right way. I don't know which site I was on that I mentioned how you can fill these up. I don't know I've lost track of how many times I've filled mine with rubbing alcohol. I've gotten a bit longer out of them. And then don't throw them away when they're done, because you can use them as an aqua painter as well. Oh, something might be blocked in there. Not coming out. Oh yeah, we are. Certainly not a flood. Might have to break out a new pen. Oh, here we go. Got heaps, but it's not going where I want it. Anyway, that should be enough. So there are your cards for today. I'm just going to reach over and grab my trimmer and a piece of card, some white here. Just going to pop them out the way for a bit. So what I do, it doesn't matter, you'll have your other trimmers. What I do when can everybody see that? So if I was wanting to cut this in half for a card base, I would have it on, I'm not sure what that is, but mark on your trimmer what, I think it's 14.8 or 14.85, and then I would, well, I'll do it, will I? I'll cut it, I would cut it like that, so that would make 2 card bases. Now, if I was wanting to do a card mat, my little mark there is, I think it's 14.3, so I'd bring it back there, chop that at 14.3, and then I would go over to 10 centimetres. Chop it there, and over to 10, and chop it there. So there I've got, that's a full card, that's 2 mats. If I wanted to go the opposite direction, I would just go over to 10.5. Yeah, I'm not going to cut this one because I very rarely do a card in that orientation, and then I would chop it down, straight down the centre. Does that make sense? Anybody that wasn't sure or didn't know? Does that make sense? You don't, because you don't see me do that. That's usually all, well, it is always all done when my girls come to class, and of course I've always done it before my lives as well. You're very clever today, so I haven't made my Easter, my Grandy, the only one that lives here, yet. I was going to make one for her little sisters as well, I thought. I might do that, seeing that's, we're all grounded. Oh, thanks Jeanette, thanks Gail, thanks Pamela, thanks Marg, hi Maria, hi Rhonda, hi Gail, Jan, Have I missed anyone? Denise, Cheryl, Leanne, hi. Chrissy, hi. Pamela, I think I've said you. Margaret Griffith. Thanks for watching and sharing, everyone. Looking down at my camera. Yeah, I just thought I'd do a little bit of an extra video, seeing as we're all, well, I would be at home because I'm not really meant to be working today, but I'm off on sick leave with my bad knee at the moment. I've just been ringing up to see when I can get an MRI on it. So yeah, and I realised why I'm off when I went in to get my flu shot. It's, yeah, the pain getting in and out of the car was terrible. Okay, so I hope you've enjoyed that. That's okay, Denise. Yeah, and you'll be all organised for Christmas, I guess. Okay, catch you guys hopefully Friday night. Okay, bye-bye.